Hello dear senior students, welcome back to our EFL class. I hope you are doing fine, and also I hope that you had finished all your evaluations from last week. Okay, well, in today's class we are going to introduce a new topic, and well, it's about speaking, but we are going to talk about the integrated speaking task. Let's start. Why is it called the integrated task? It is called that way because we use different skills to answer the question that we are given. In this type of task, we use reading and also listening to give our answer, to give our oral answer. Now, we're gonna see this example that I have here from the program that you have in your laptops already, or in your computers you have this same program. So we're gonna see how this task is done.
Number 3. In this question, you will read a short passage, listen to a talk, and answer a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to record the response.
Now, as you heard, first you are going to read a short passage. Can be a university announcement or letter related to a campus situation. Then you're going to listen to a talk or conversation between two students, or maybe between a student and a professor. After this, you're going to be given the question that you have to develop, that you have to answer. Let's continue. So here we see the passage. You are given 45 seconds to read it.
The university is planning to eliminate its bus service. Read the article from the university newspaper about the plan. You will have 45 seconds to read the article. Begin reading now.
If you see in the screen, we see that a stopwatch appears. So there we see that the 45 seconds are going by, and in that moment you have to read this short passage. The good thing is that later you can see this passage again.
Time has expired.
Now listen to two students discussing the article.
I don't like the university's plan.
Really? I've ridden those buses, and sometimes there were only a few people on the bus. It did seem like kind of a waste.
I see your point, but I think the problem is the route's out of date. It only goes through the neighborhoods that have gotten too expensive for students to live in. It's ridiculous that they haven't already changed the route, so it goes where most off-campus students live now. I bet if they did that, they'd get plenty of students riding those buses.
Well, at least they're adding more parking. It's gotten really tough to find a space.
That's the other part I don't like, actually. Cutting back the bus service and adding parking's just going to encourage more students to drive on campus. And that'll just add to the noise around campus and create more traffic. And that'll increase the need for more parking spaces.
Yeah, I guess I can see your point. Maybe it would be better if more students used the buses instead of driving.
Right. And the university should make it easier to do that, not harder.
In this part, as you realized, we're going to listen to this conversation. So here's where you have to take notes. In this part, you're going to take notes with the paper and pencil that you are given at the desk center. So here is where you are going to use all the note-taking techniques that we learned in the class, especially last year. This part, you're not going to hear it again. You're going to listen only one time. Now we're going to listen to the question. This is the task. This is what we are going to answer. This is what the task is asking us to do.
The man expresses his opinion of the university's plan to eliminate the bus service. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep.
So here you're going to have 30 seconds to prepare.
Begin speaking after the beep.
And now you have 60 seconds to give your answer.
Time has expired.
Okay, so basically this is what you have to do. So how are you going to answer this type of questions? Here, the raters or the evaluators, they are not looking for your opinion. They don't want to hear your opinion anymore, like in the previous task, in the personal choice or the preference, the personal preference task. So here, what you have to do is to state others' person's opinions. In this case, we are asked to state the opinion of the man and explain the reasons that he gives. So we continue using the audio response. We give an introduction stating the man's opinion, and then we are going to give the reasons that he mentions. Maybe he mentions 2 or 3 reasons. And then at the end, you can end with a little conclusion like, well, these are the reasons that the man mentioned, or something similar to this. Please go to page 343, exercise S27. We are going to listen to the instructions first.
S27. Identifying important points in a reading passage. An announcement about a change in one of the University of the Rockies courses is posted on the classroom door. You have 45 seconds to read the announcement. Begin reading now.
Okay, so here you have 45 seconds to read. Remember, we are practicing, so we might take more time. Let's read the passage. Due to a sudden emergency, Professor Blake's course 101, Survey of American Literature, class will not be held this semester. Registered students are encouraged to join course 104, Literature of Minority Groups, held in room 345 at the same time. Arrangements for your attendance have already been made. If you do not want to attend this course, go to the registrar's office to complete the drop-out procedure. Now in the lines, we are going to write the important points. Remember last year we studied about main ideas and also how to summarize the main points in a passage. So that's what we're going to do here. So first, the first idea is that the class of Professor Blake's is cancelled. The other idea is that students can join another course, the one about literature of minority groups. Then the last idea is that if students do not like that class, they can register in a different course. Now let's move to exercise S28. Here we are going to listen to a conversation and you are going to take notes. This is something that we already practiced previously, so you know how to take notes of the main points. Here you have to listen to 2 students that they are discussing an announcement. Let's pay attention.
Exercise S28. Identifying important points in a conversation. Now listen to 2 students as they discuss the announcement.
That's a disappointment. I was looking forward to that class.
Me too. Well, I guess we should hurry on over to the registrar so we can pick up a different course.
Oh, aren't you interested in taking the literature of minority groups? I've heard it's a really good course.
Well, actually, it focuses a lot on Hispanic literature. And being Hispanic, I've already done most of the required reading.
That would make it an easy option then. Come on, let's go before we're late.
Sorry, I'd like the challenge of another course. Besides, with the extra students from the survey course, it's going to be a really large class. I prefer smaller groups. I just feel more comfortable discussing ideas when there aren't so many students.
Okay, this is what you are going to do in the real test. While you are listening to the conversation or lecture, you're going to take notes because you're going to listen only one time. So here the man's points. We can say that he mentioned that the course is very recognized, that it has a good reputation, and that is an easy option for him. Now the woman's points are that she did or she read all the required literature about that. She wants a challenge, and also she prefers small classes. Now let's go to exercise S29 on page 344. So here we're going to analyze the task. This is the part where we are given the question and we need to understand what is the task that we need to do. Let's listen to the instructions.
Exercise S29. Analyzing the task that relates to the conversation. The woman expresses her opinion about the course replacement. State her opinion and explain the reasons she gives for that opinion.
Okay, now we need to state the topic. Of course, the topic is going to be course replacement. That's pretty easy. Now, what is the woman's opinion about the course? So we might say that she is not interested in that course. Then in number 3, what are her reasons for saying that? So we go back to our notes and we are going to give the 3 reasons that we wrote down. So first, we're going to say that she did all the readings, then that she wants a challenging course, and also that she prefers a small class with less students. Finally, we will see exercise S30 and exercise S31 on page 344. So here it says planning your speech and recording your speech. So again, we're going to use our audio response, but we're not giving our opinion. We're just giving the information that we read and listened. So here it gives you 3 steps that you can follow. And then it says that you can record your speech. So you can analyze it and evaluate it. You're going to see in your book that you have a list of requirements, a list of things that you have to check that they appear in your answer. That's very important. So I encourage you, boys and girls, to do this part. I'm not going to evaluate this part, but it's just for you to practice. So do it as a practice. So if you plan your speech and you time yourself, that's very important. Okay, at the beginning, it's going to be difficult. But then with the practice, you're going to be able to prepare in 30 seconds and then give your answer in 60 seconds. So I encourage you to do that. If you have a friend or someone that you know that speaks English very well, or that is a native speaker, okay, you can ask them to help you. You already know these tips, right, from the previous videos. The integrated task can be a little bit more complicated than the independent task, right? Because there you have to give your opinion, you could talk about your experiences, but here you have to be very punctual you have to be very specific in answering the question that you are going to be given in the TOEFL test. Okay? Well, boys and girls, this is all for today. Don't forget that we have a Orson's class. So please be there. I hope to see you there because we're going to give more information about this part of the TOEFL test. Okay? Well, please take care. Uh, pray. Pray for your classmates. Pray for your teachers and also pray for the authorities in our country. Okay? Well, bye-bye. Take care. God bless you.